Yes, hello, hello, Mrs. Khan.
Hello,
How are
welcome.
you?
Yeah, how are you? We haven't started officially, but I saw your name there. I didn't want to pick on you or
Oh,
anything
that's
like
all
that.
right.
If you're
That's all
not
right.
ready yet, I completely would understand that. But
Yes.
welcome. Are you in UK?
No, I think we are at a client site. I'm in Istanbul today. So,
Oh, wonderful. That's
um,
where I'm from.
oh, really? Small world.
Now we can talk about the weather.
Okay. Weather is nice. It's
How is the weather there?
like summer. London is the same. What's happening to the world? It's summer, never winter now.
It is summer. It's not necessarily here. Tonight
Where
will
are
be
you based?
really cold. That's what they say. I'm not looking forward to it.
No, no. Well,
I
I'm
think
going to
it's
sign off and let you run your
okay.
round table and enjoy.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Nice seeing you.
You too.
So you're in Istanbul, and because when I was reading your bio, I realized you are. It was saying you're based in Parsons Green in
Yes,
England.
yes. That's where I
So
live, London.
you're visiting back and forth. It's nice.
Yeah, we have companies in London, in Dubai, in Istanbul. We have clients all over the world. I'm
That's
kind of
very nice.
move all the time.
Uh, I believe you like traveling.
Yes, well, I've been doing it for so long now. I don't know any other way. Seems like lifestyle.
It's good not to know in any other way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
traveling is the best.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
What do
Um,
they say about travel industry? I mean, we are in aviation and travel. They
mhm,
say it's Hotel California. You can check out, you can never leave. So people are always show up in different companies in the same sector.
mhm. Are you aware of the fact that there have been some flight cancellations here in the US because
Yes,
of the government shutdown?
some is very diplomatic.
Yes, I don't want to get into politics, obviously. Not at all. However, it's because you're in aviation, obviously, because there are not enough employees on
Yes.
the ground, that could get dangerous. Is that right?
Well, no one will allow that. So what that means
Mhm.
is the service gets reduced before it gets dangerous. So that's why
Yes, yes, yes.
it's
That's the ideal thing to do, that they are reducing the flights. Definitely. Okay, it is 10:52 here.
yeah, I just have a comment to make because I think
Yes.
when we had I prepared a presentation and I
Mhm,
sent it in July, which was something very different because we have an AI innovation we are
mhm,
discussing with leading. In fact, it's being tested in a leading company, and it's doing away from the aviation industry is approaching AI very carefully because of this
mhm,
hallucination and all, you know. So this is a new innovation, and we prepared our presentation for that. But then I saw that his title is about finance and so on. So I tried to combine both. Like we have that, but we've added something on finance and raising
mhm,
finance. So I wanted to just
mhm.
qualify that before the session.
Yes, thank you, Amir, for mentioning that. And more information is better for our
Okay.
attendees, and that, and I'm sure everybody will learn a lot.
We
And
also have a
that's,
video we want to show on this new
mhm.
technology, so hopefully that will work.
This is a technology conference. It should work. It
Okay,
better works.
I'm
It
sure it
will
will
work.
work.
Yes. I don't know. Let me just say one more time. Hanadi, are you here? She's not. Let's wait a couple of more minutes, if you don't mind, Emre. And you will have something to share
Correct.
as
Do you want me
slides.
to share my screen?
Uh, yeah, just in a few minutes, because I'd like to start. at the time that we were scheduled for, just in case if anyone is running to
Sure.
get in front of their computers to catch your presentation. I don't want them to miss it. That's why.
Sure.
Yes. In the meantime, you can talk about food.
Yes. So where are you based in US?
Okay, I am in the US. Yes, I'm in New Jersey. I am
Oh,
at Stockton University, and I'm a professor of business administration at Stockton University, and I teach marketing, business sustainability. Corporate social responsibility is my research area, so I teach courses related to that as well, both at the MBA level as well as undergraduate level. I'm also the president of Northeast Business and Economics Conference Association, that we have conferences every year. In fact, our recent conference concluded yesterday. So I'm just recovering from that one. And I'm also the editor-in-chief of some advanced management journals. So, but
oh,
I'm based in South Jersey.
it's
So
very
that's
nice to meet you virtually. We can send you some material. We can introduce ourselves to you. In fact,
uh,
my son actually lives in New York.
he
He
does. How old is he?
Yeah, he's an aeronautical engineer from Imperial. He went
Of
to
course, look at daddy.
and now he's in
No
finance.
wonder.
Works for Citadel. He's in AI and algorithms.
How wonderful. How wonderful. Yes. Maybe next year he'll join this conference as well.
Yes, yes,
Together you two can join.
yes. He's a world
Yes.
champion. His algorithm in a competition by UPS, the Swiss bank. He
Mhm.
and his team, they were, I think, well, maybe not the champion, but runner-up among 2000. The algorithm they wrote yielded the best returns.
These new generation is doing great things. And with the help of AI,
Yes,
it's no
that's right.
time will be flying
Work.
in space, spaceships. Very soon, it's coming up.
That's right.
Okay, 3 more minutes. Hanadi, last call. Okay, I think we can start. Igor, you're here too.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, you're the second presenter. How are you?
Yeah, I think I'm after Emre. All good, cannot complain. What about you?
Good, thank you. Where are you joining from?
From London these days.
Oh, from London.
Yes.
Okay. How is the weather in London?
Like it's usually in London, raining, you know?
Raining. Okay. That's not really, I'm not fond of that one.
Yeah, well, it's not too cold though, 11 degrees.
That's
So
good. That's good. Very good. But
actually
you're
13
originally,
now. Sorry, 13 degrees. I just checked. Yes, 13.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not bad.
quite warm, yeah.
Yeah, you're originally from Kiev, right?
I'm
Kiev
from
City.
Ukraine, not from Kiev. I'm from Rivne, which is the western part of Ukraine, but I've been based in Kiev for quite some time. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Very good. So we
yeah,
are all international here. Very good.
yeah.
From different regions. And
Correct.
our third presenter will be Hamad Alafkan. I don't know if he is here. I am not seeing his name here, but he may join later.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he
Terrific.
just joined, I think. Hamad? Okay. He just joined. I think I need to give him a little bit of time until he gets situated. Okay, so I think it's time. I'm looking at the time. It's 10:59 a.m. my time, but it's getting late with your time. So let's start. Thank you all for joining this session. And the session is called Accessing Finance and Investment for Growth. Earlier, I mentioned, Emre, that I'm a professor at Stockton University, South New Jersey. And this is, I think, my fifth or sixth time I'm attending this conference as the moderator, roundtable facilitator. What I find very fascinating about this conference is that because I'm a scholar, I do a lot of research, but implementation, I don't know much about it. So attending this conference always informs me about how the application of the knowledge happens. So I always find it very fascinating to hear from different individuals and learn from different individuals at this conference, and Hanad is doing an amazing job with putting together a great conference every year. So our first presenter will be Emre Serpen. And Emre, if you don't mind, I have your bio and a little bit of it I'd like to share with everybody. Is that okay?
Yes, sure.
Dr. Emre Serpen is an aviation executive with global experience in strategy, business, and digital information, digital transformation, and innovation. He has led more than 100 transformation projects for airlines and airports, including AI-driven operational innovations. He's the founder of Troy Avi, a strategy and transformation advisory based in London and Dubai, working with aviation and aerospace startups to enhance performance and digital capabilities. He also established TroyNet, focused on digital transformation in cargo and logistics, and has held leadership roles at Wipro, Sabre, Capgemini, Arup, ICF, and Intervistas. These a lot of them, huh, Emre? Dr. Safran holds a PhD in cybernetics and was among the pioneers in business process engineering in aviation. I definitely will learn a lot from you, Emre. I have no doubt. None of these things that I'm familiar with. So I'm excited to hear from you. Welcome.
Thank you, Professor Naz. If I may share my screen.
Of course.
I think definitely the raising finance, we included that now in our presentation, but also we retain some of the original things that we discussed this summer with the organizers. So today we'll cover innovation in its purest sense, how it is applied to the business, and also a case study, which is TroyAvTech. This is a deterministic AI platform. It doesn't do language processing. There is no hallucination, and it's being applied to aviation industry. Aviation industry is distant to AI, especially generative AI, for this reason, because things has to be right. The safety is number one priority. And then we'll address raising finance and the financial side of AI. I think you've made a wonderful introduction, so I'll keep it short. My experience goes back 40 years, and our companies, 4 companies, Troyavi group of companies, London, Dubai, Istanbul, and TroyNet. We work with aviation companies. We do strategy, business, and digital transformation. We're very big in air cargo and logistics. We also do digital transformation. In fact, I established and led aviation departments of giant digital companies like 300,000 folks, Wipro, ACLTech. These are Indian heritage. Publicis Sapient US, Intervistas US, Sabre US, Arup British, Capgemini European, let's just say. So also we have our own platforms. TroyNet is a digital air cargo and logistics platform nationwide. We are partnering with Istanbul Airport. So this is paperless cargo. And we are also developing a platform for foreign service, foreign department in United Kingdom for the country in Pakistan. So this is a nationwide, whole country, 10 airports, hundreds of airlines, thousands of ground handlers and carriers, TIOs. So it's so today you are going to see the experience from this perspective. I think in innovation, we are also a gold partner to an innovation company. So we bring practical experience to innovation. So strategy, industry, it's embedded in innovation. So we bring that, but also there is access to tools like including over 5,000 companies benchmarks in these tools, and they are driven by AI. And what we do is like taking a profile of a company and looking at their maturity level in innovation. Innovation is just not the ideas, but end-to-end execution in a company. And the metrics, how do you measure it, and different dimensions. We'll talk a bit about that. And then the processes and the portfolio management, like executing an innovation. For instance, we've done a project with Turkish Airlines during COVID, how to reposition the airline. It was a learning project. It wasn't a commercial project. So that included working with, 20,000 employees participating, customers. These are mega programs. You have to use platforms to manage them. Okay, so let's start with innovation now. Just few words around innovation. Innovation has got different horizons. Okay, often people think one or the other. Some companies, typically commercial companies, when they say innovation, they are into operational excellence. So they are executing work and then they are improving work with good ideas. It's bottom-up execution, lots of people coming up with ideas. How do we improve? How do we prioritize? So it's iterative development. It's very important and it's practiced and it's very helpful. The other extreme is radical innovation. The horizon is much longer and the change is very strategic and the impact is much greater. It's far more difficult to deliver. So and this is also innovation. And then smart companies, they execute both. And also there is an interim in between execution, like adjacent business area. You are looking at different departments learning from each other and so on. But I think for sake of this discussion, our focus is incremental in an exploratory radical. And to be able to manage this, you need robust processes like ISO, standards. This is counterintuitive because when people think innovation, people think, oh, people should be free thinkers coming up with ideas. Yes, that's part of the element, but there needs to be a ruthless execution. Otherwise, you just run out of money, all these ideas that are not executed, implemented, it's just a waste of money. And then this needs to be managed properly. So then how do we do that? So I think when we say innovation first, we need to broaden the scope. There is product innovation, there is process innovation, there is organizational innovation, there is management innovation, production and operations, business models, service. So it's not, when you say innovation, people intuitively think coming up with a product that no one has before, or coming a new service. But it's not just that. It's actually 360. It's much broader. And so it goes into the heart of the organization. Then some people might say, well, how is that different to transformation? Yes, there is a lot of overlaps with business transformation, but typically business transformation is all about execution and doing things better, and innovation is part of it, whereby this approach is just looks at exclusively to innovation end to end. So it's a different approach. So here is how you can start doing it. Firstly, you have to examine where you are in the company, because everybody likes to think, oh, we are so innovative and we are so open-minded and we are great. But there are very methodical ways of measuring this, okay? So there is a database that includes, top 5,000 companies, they are among the Forbes largest companies. So sort of there are specific references across these different elements and how you execute uh, innovation. So there is leadership, there is culture, there is whether or not the organization is asking the right questions, whether or not the organization has got the right processes to execute, whether they are following the portfolio management, performance measures, like running it as a business. So what you are seeing here, so the process starts with interviews. Typically, you interview 40, 50 people. It's a 20 minutes interview, and it's an AI-led interview. So you give access to employees, 30 to 40 people from each organization, different departments, and they go through an AI questioning. And it's very specific, very deliberate. And the knowledge base then captures this information. And then it aggregates across different users or super users from this company. And they are typically combination of senior executives, business managers, frontline people, sales, marketing, different areas, product development, strategic leadership. So it's like mix and match. Like in military, they say, take the level off. So it's everybody contributes. And then it's mapping to, you see different colors, like you have best companies, and then you have average of the 5,000 companies, and then you have top 25%. So we can see how the company is doing. For instance, here the red is a target company, and yellow you are seeing the average of the all companies, and blue is the top 25 best performance. So across the board you are seeing gaps. Some of them are significant. For instance, platform, products, service, this company is really struggling, okay? It's doing a bit better on the supply side, production, operations. Customer experience really sucks. They need a lot of improvement there. So when you think like an Apple as a company, it's 360. They got an excellent product, excellent customer service, excellent branding. So I'm just because I'm using Apple right now and happy with that service. It's the only reason I'm referring to it. So it's not just one thing. It's a lot of things. So then the knowledge base computes a number, innovation quotient. So if you are scoring 0 to 30, you need to work urgently on your innovation. If it's 91 to 100, you are great as a company. And then scale goes. So because this is a very specific number and it emerges from the analysis, the diagnostic, if you like, also led by AI, it's very, very powerful. And then it gives you a roadmap, what needs to happen in that company, the culture that needs to change, leadership, proper allocation of resources on innovation, the execution and the follow-up process. It's very, very powerful. So if anybody from our audience is interested in this, please drop me a line and we can give you a demo. And world's largest companies are among the client base, largest companies. So this is a well-proven methodology. It's 360, Innovation 360 is the company. So we are a gold partner to them. So, okay, once this is done, then that's clearly a complex topic and we don't have much time. So then you need to operationalize that. And this is about involvement. You need to get the whole company getting involved. The top tier management sets direction and strategy, but then you need a platform to generate ideas, to collect ideas, to prioritize, and then you basically run the process like that. Okay, so this is our first topic about innovation. How is it applied to large corporation? Our second part of our presentation is Troyav Tech. This is a platform we have, and it's a parameter extraction. It's not language models. It's basically creating formulas, looking at documents, and then extracting formulas and working with those formulas. So the accuracy is like 99%. It's used in aviation. So we have a video to demonstrate what it is, but typically an extreme example like flight plans, it's extremely sensitive, nothing can go wrong. And then in 1 year, you might have a million changes because airport conditions change, air, the atmosphere change, a lot of things changes. You have different directives from aviation companies, and then the reports that comes to you. Imagine you are receiving a 500-page contract, and it's not red line. You need to read word by word, compare with the last time. So you have armies of engineers doing that. So what we achieved with Troyavtech is execute AI on it, and it's not language processing. There is no hallucination. Okay. So without further ado, please look at this video. So I want to make this large. Okay. Maybe that's okay.
Hello, welcome to Flight Information Automation, FIA. FIA is a software tool that detects and reports changes in thousands of parameters published in aviation documents. Aviation documents are regularly published by various agencies. Stakeholders that need this information must do manual inspection to capture the changes to mission-critical parameters. This is where FIA comes in play. It reduces days of manual labor to minutes. FIA can extract different procedures from a transmittal letter published by the Federal Aviation Agency. It further extracts parts of the documents, including features like airports and runways. Here is a sample transmittal letter from the FAA website. As you see, the software is quickly extracting all the important procedures and features for further processing. This only takes a few minutes. After feature extraction, the FIA software then extracts all the important parameters and their values from complex layouts and free text. It accurately detects the relationships in data layouts to make the correct associations. In a typical approach procedure, for example, FIA can extract hundreds of parameters within a few minutes and with 98% accuracy. The accuracy of the extracted data is then verified by human operators using FIA's validation screens. The entire operation is completely transparent and traceable. The central function of FIA is to detect changes in data by comparing to the previous records. New documents released by agencies typically contain a mixture of old and new information concerning the conditions of airports and approach procedures. It is, therefore, utterly important to detect what changed with respect to the latest record in the database. By clicking on Change Report button, FIA compares everything in the database to detect the changed parameters. This is a small example for simplicity. In a standard operation, there could be hundreds of changed parameters that are mission critical in the aviation world. There are many more features and capabilities provided by the FIA software to improve downstream applications. Your data team can exploit the efficiency of information automation by deploying the FIA software. More videos with detailed illustrations are available. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so that gives you an idea. So of course, then the process, the technology, you can apply any content to it. So it handles all the formats, different formats, PDF, PPT, PSD, executable files, XLS, PNG, JPG, MP4. This is important because aviation and travel is a global business. You need to be able to execute in Africa, in everywhere in the world, and they all have different levels of technology and presentation. So this is applicable to training, to digital twins, flight planning, the example you saw, but also aircraft maintenance, like air cargo. We just presented here a range of documents, and at present they are all PDF, and people are reading them and so on. You imagine you include these documents, you extract the information about, it could be standards, it could be handling dangerous goods, and then the AI solution is actually helping out the executives uh, running the process without faults. People are always involved, but instead of having 20, 30, 40, 50 people doing that, you'll have one or two people overseeing it, but then the AI is doing it, and it's doing 7,000 times faster with 99% accuracy. Okay, and then this is the second part. So if you have any interest from our audience with this technology, we'll be happy to share with you. It's leading edge, and it's used in some of the largest aviation companies globally. It's just starting. It's deterministic AI, parameterization. It's not language processing. It's very different. So it's very secure and traceable and reliable. Okay. So then our topic also on the finance side. So I'm sure you are all reading the news about technology companies, investments in AI, people getting offers 50 million, 100 million, 25-year-old kids. So the numbers are crazy, amazing, like 600 million, the pipelines for these companies. So I think, I mean, I have a PhD in cybernetics. I don't know if you've seen the movie Imitation Game, which was the life of Alan Turing. So it's in London, in Brunel University, where people worked with Enigma in Second World War, and Alan Turing, he invented computers to be able to decipher, Enigma, and this is with that group, cyberneticians. I did my PhD there, and I remember 40 years ago, people talked about AI and so on. Nothing much happened until very recently, like 3, 4 years ago. I think when the computing power reached a certain level, then it's possible to get into really beginnings of artificial intelligence. So now the time is right. So we are going to see a lot of growth. So everybody that all of our clients, whether it's technology, especially technology companies, everybody's talking about AI. Everybody is betting their future on AI. All the executives are know they are doing an AI degree now. So it's becoming the thing to do. So in terms of investment, I think it's scaling up very quickly. It's 35% growth year on year expected. So it's growing like 15-fold in the next 8, 9 years. So it's amazing. It's the biggest growth we saw in technology. I mean, it's bigger than internet. So this is expected to continue. So who are the investors? We have different investors. You have venture capital. So of course, they want to come in and they want to control and they have a role to play. You have strategic corporate investors like technical giants like Microsoft, Amazon, Google. I'm sure you are all hearing about them. You also have private equity companies interested, and public markets, IPOs, largest and fastest AI growing AI firms are preferring them. And you also have revenue and customer financing. So in a way, this is like how we are working at this stage. Like we don't have an investor, but customers are paying POCs and so on. So this is the investors end, and
Mhm.
so what the investors are looking for, I think, because there is so much hype and so much money and so much talk, so they are interested in ROI, return on investment, and quantified real traction, and they are very interested to see, okay, you guys have great ideas, but who are the paying customers? So when you get in front of an investors, do not try to sell AI without KPIs. They will not see, they will want to see the KPIs. It's very important to secure few customers first, deliver few POCs, then get in front of customers. I think this is one. The second one is defensible advantage. Now, maybe
Emre, sorry to interrupt, but you have just 1 minute left.
use my time. Okay, then I won't tell you the story in Japan.
Oh no! I think we will have some time, hopefully, at the end of the
Yeah,
session, we
okay,
can
maybe
talk
we'll do.
more.
I'll just finish it.
Sure.
Defensible advantage is
Thank
very
you.
important. Whatever your innovation is, the investors will be looking at whether or not this can be copied or not. It can be stolen or not. Or can you maintain your IP in the deals? Because big companies, they will want to have your IP to share funds with you. Make sure investors are aligned with your strategy, cloud, enterprise, or financial. So don't look for investors just for money. The capital deployment plan must be linked to clear milestones when you are talking to them. And then you have to be realistic about credible computing and cost engineering, because model training, cloud credits, controlling cost, operational cost of delivering is very, very high. So you have to really pay attention to that. And then you need to don't scale up quickly. Keep lean and experienced founders team until you do some of these other things. I'm sure there are many examples. I just threw, I mean, OpenAI because everybody knows them. Anthropic, Cohere, Hugging Face. Anyway, I think we don't want to take up your time. Thank you, Professor Naz. I'll take up your questions later.
Thank you, Dr. Serpan. This was a great presentation. I have a lot of questions, but we don't have a lot of time right now, but hopefully we will have afterwards.
Okay, sure,
Yes,
sure.
thank you again. Igor, it's
Yeah.
your time. Just very shortly, I'd like to introduce you to our audience. Hopefully, I'll be able to pronounce your last name. I'll try. Give me 1 second. Igor Cherenko?
That's good.
That's good. It's good. It's not perfect. It's good.
That's good. That's good.
Igor is a startup enthusiast and tech-savvy professional with over 80 years of experience developing startup ecosystems in emerging markets across Central and Eastern Europe, Central Asia, the Middle East, and North America. We all know you are right now in England.
Yeah.
It's
But I'm based in
amazing.
Dubai. Yeah, same as
He has led
between.
acceleration programs, corporate ventures, and market expansion for numerous startups through his Estonia-based company with offices in Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and South Africa. It's a pleasure having you here, Igor. Floor is yours. You
Thank
can
you so
share your
much.
screen. We are
Thank you so
excited.
much. Thank you so much, Professor Naz. Yes, excited to be here. I think it's my third time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, good job on pronouncing my last name. Yeah, let me share the screen quickly. I was thinking that, I mean, together with Dr. Hanadi, we discussed that it would be quite useful to discuss, getting more like practical views of, some of the fundraising do's and don'ts. As you mentioned, Professor Naz, I have been involved in this a bit more than 8 years, actually more than 13 years now, working in various venture capital firms, investment business angel, working with the governments and other things. And I, collected some knowledge about what are like common mistakes and what kind of things to avoid for the founders when they're doing the fundraising, the capital, external capital. So I hope it's going to be quick, 10 to 12 minutes. I'll try to make it as soon as possible. Happy to share the materials later with the rest. You can see my screen, right? All good? Okay, cool. We already did the introduction, did a couple of investments. Now I'm partner in IOI Capital based in Dubai, now in London for just a short visit. I think before going to any of the fundraising, I would definitely urge our entrepreneurs to ask the question, do they actually need money? Because in fact, especially the VC capital is one of the most expensive one in the world. You're gonna give out percentage of your company, and that is an early stage that is kind of like gonna be hard for you to get rid of or buy out back later on. So first of all, can you actually not raise money first? I think this is the question. And can you bootstrap as long as you can? So the bootstrap is a term where you basically use your own money, your saved money, or the money that generated by the company as long as you can, right? So basically, I highly recommend to bootstrap as much as you can, and then only after that, try to get the external funding, because basically, when you raise money from external people, this is like a marriage where you cannot divorce, right? So it's very hard to do that. So I would suggest that you think twice. So first of all, raise funding when your company can no longer grow on its own. So essentially, the money that you generate from your venture is not enough for you to grow, to keep up with this good growth. Second of all, raise funding when your startup has a compelling story to tell. Essentially, when you have some probable, dynamics and growth and something that you can tell as a story. Maybe you pivoted once or twice during the company existence, and basically something that you can, answer all the potential sneaky questions of the investors in another way. Raise funding when you have a strong customer growth rate. Essentially, you have to generate money, and it's obvious then if you have a growing customer rate, that means that you're doing something right, and therefore investors would more likely give you money for that to basically add more fuel to your venture. And the last thing is raise funding only when you're ready to make tough decisions, meaning, you're going to get some people on board that will be telling you what to do and what not to do, as if they will become your board members, etc. Sometimes you will have to fire your co-founder because he or she isn't performing, or you will have to get rid of, I don't know, a feature that you thought that this is the best ever, but not necessarily because the board said no. So again, before you get external people on your board, think twice. Again, not if you can bootstrap, go into fundraising. When you get an investor, again, it's gonna take you two to swing or two to tango, meaning that it's a relationship that you will have to build with the investors. So again, be careful in choosing who are those people that you would want to tango with, right? Another thing is, let's just think about what investors are looking for. I think Emre mentioned this a bit, but they're looking for returns, right? But first of all, I think when they're evaluating any of the companies that they see multiple per weekly and monthly basis, they're looking for clues. Essentially, they're looking for the avoidance of the red flags. Let's put it other way, right? They're looking for ventures that can, be aligned with their mandate to invest. So essentially, they look for clues and something that will help them later on to approve their own internal investment committees. And they're also looking for clues that the people behind this team, the team, has the ability to execute and do it rather well. Because we all know that the market's changing, the competitors evolve, there's could be many things happening, and usually the investment from a VC is coming for from 3 to 7 years, maybe to even 10 years. And therefore, lots of things can happen within that time frame. Therefore, the investors are looking to those team credentials, and then ability to actually execute and do well no matter what. So I would like to kind of mention what makes an investor a good one, right? Because again, because it's someone you're gonna take for tango for quite some time, you'd better have this kind of your own criteria, right? There are a couple of recommendations from my side which you can use. So the investor should be someone that could be your fixer with international experience. You are, as entrepreneurs, you might do some mistakes, right? You might do some things that you could avoid, let's put it that way. And it's always great to have someone that will be behind your back and help you in fixing the things on the fly, right? So someone with international experience, someone that has this, right people in different locations and can help you with fixing things. Then proven expertise and know-how. Again, this is like idealistic world, right? Again, maybe this kind of investors do not exist, but I'm just giving you some of the indications of ideal case scenario. So proven expertise and know-how, they know well your industry, they can support you with potential clients, with potential people to hire, etc. Someone who can be generous with advice, someone you will be interested to listen. That's very important. I think that person should be a balanced dreamer when it comes to realist and optimist, because you building ventures in tech, usually it's, not necessarily something you can feel and see that easy. And you, as investor, you definitely want to support those entrepreneurs in their like goals and like future aspirations, but still keeping the balance of being realistic and kind of like putting them down to earth, right? Ideally, those investors also entrepreneurs themselves, so they did a couple of ventures, they've been C-level executives, they know they've been through what you're going through. They are they were building teams together, they were building products, etc. So again, ideally they have that experience. Obviously, clean cash, you don't want to have someone like bandits or like money laundering, of course, that's not gonna work. And someone who could be a good intuition and psychologist. Very like quick to understand thing on how the investors are thinking and how the whole this venture approach to risk management, right? Basically, the earlier the investor gets in, the lower the valuation, higher the risk, right? So then according when we move from stage to stage, the valuation goes up, the risk goes less. So again, in these different phases of investment, there are different types of investors that are focused on specific areas. So you will rarely find in a, say, venture fund, they'll be investing from, idea stage to IPO. Usually they're around like, early stage, which is like seed to idea to seed, or seed to series A, or series B to C, but they will not be like the whole thing. So choose them wisely and understand what kind of risk appetite they have and what kind of how do you approach them and what do you talk to them about. So in terms of the fundraising process, again, in terms of like do's and don'ts, first you need to outline why you're raising, create your fundraising goal, like how much, right? Create your fundraising plans, like when do you need that? Ideally, you need to start your fundraising process 6 months before you are out of cash, your burn rate, right, for 6 months and above. You would want to understand who are your investors, like specific investors, like names, not only their profile, but like specific companies, specific partners within the companies, the investment firms, etc. And obviously, perfect your pitch and understand the whole, like make it, polish it to the right thing. I would suggest one thing on the research investors. There's a lot of information online, right? I would suggest you like do your research very well, do cross-checking, talk to the companies that they invested before, do your basically your due diligence on the investors that you might be getting on board. That's important, and that's rather something that you would want to do early on. And in terms of like perfect your pitch, you all know, I think it's nothing like crazy. Again, this is about clues that you need to give to the investors, you need to clearly state what is the problem that you're fixing, what is the solution, how big is the market, your business model, unfair advantage, who are your competitors, marketing plan, team, funding goals, and all of that. I think this is just like a kind of like common sense. And if you have any additional things that you want to add, obviously it should be in your pitch. And this is something that, again, will simplify for the investors the going through this like red flags, as I mentioned earlier. So a little bit on how this whole fundraising works. Usually you're gonna reach out to the investor ideally through a warm introduction from someone, from an entrepreneur or from an investor, from your friend or something. Then you're gonna have a first meeting. Probably if it goes well, if everything's fine, you send lots of materials. Then you'll have a second meeting, which is like more like on a partner level meeting. Usually the first meetings are happening with like the analysts and people like that within the VC funds. Then you go with a partner meeting, sending some follow-up term sheet, ideally, then due diligence from both sides, and signing and closing. So this whole slide is to again highlight that this will take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not a week's question. It's a month's question. Therefore, please be careful when you plan your fundraising. Again, more or less 6 months before you're running out of cash. When due diligence is going to be done by investors on your ventures, they'll be looking into management and personnel, the customers. They might talk to your customers, your partners. They might, just like, call them and ask them, what do you think about that venture with that company? The product technology, so like tech due diligence. Again, if this is something very techy, they might ask for external people to do that. If it's more like, common things that they may do it within in-house, within their among the partners, they will see how you do marketing and sales. They will obviously check all of your legal and financial and operational documents, all your contracts, your legal docs, and all of this is super, super important. So how do you get to those investor meetings, right? So this could be a couple of options. The best one that is working, I think, is the referrals. Again, through friends, through your like fellow entrepreneurs or investors. This works the best. Also, some networking events, events like this that we're now at today, some thought leadership online on LinkedIn, maybe, or something similar to that. You could be very deep in research and like famous for doing some specific, again, publications and stuff. Your traction might lead to investor meetings. I mean, if you perform too well, the investors will reach out to you themselves. So this is how you get basically those investor meetings set it up. And to go through like do's and don'ts, a couple of things. So do's for the company, start by doing things that don't scale, meaning essentially you need to understand every single part of your value chain creation as a founders, as someone that will be raising money. So to answer all the potential questions of the investors, you would need to know every single thing, every single step of your value creation. Then make sure you create a product that the customers actually need. Outsource as much as you can. Automate as much as you can. Like we have all these AI agents right now. Use them. Set up SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-based goals. Obviously, you need to have healthy unit economics. Probably you heard about the terms of LTV versus CAC, so lifetime value versus the customer acquisition cost. It should be at least 3. So basically the cost of customer that you get should be 3 times less than this customer brings into the business. The more it is, the better. Obviously 10, 20 is fantastic and all of that. Retention, etc. Hire the right people. Obviously it's very hard to do, very hard to do. And of course, for the compliance, all the legal documents and other things should be there. In terms of the do's for the fundraising, I would say that you would need to segment your investors by size, types of the investment and their mandate. Use multiple channels, not only one LinkedIn or, I don't know, emails. Do follow up religiously. Engage, comment, like give them some, try to give first, give them a bit of value. Maybe share some research on your industry or something. build relationship and nurture those relationships. Send regular updates, weekly, monthly. Usually it's monthly, actually. Be transparent, never lie. Try when you segment your investors, like say tier 1, 2, 3, 1 being like the best, like your perfect match. Start with the ones number 3, because you can basically get some feedback, and if they don't invest, you don't care that much. So you can kind of like practice a bit more on them. And obviously have all the documents ready and adapt. Quickly on the don'ts, and this is my last couple of slides.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good because, yes.
yeah. I know. I'm checking my time. Yes.
Thank you, Igor.
Yes. So don'ts are: avoid aggressive tactics, don't cold email, don't harass, ignore feedback. Do not ignore feedback. If someone gave you, there's a reason for that. Think about from different perspective to your companies. Do not rely on the single method as if like, oh, I'm gonna be only like doing the online thought leadership. No, do referrals, do all the other things. Use role name and the greeting when you do the sometimes copy paste. You forget this kind of things. This is very depressing as an investor. Be very precise, concrete, understand like how do you build this like credibility with the investor when you write to them. Don't be rude, obviously don't lie, and this is it. I think this is 15 minutes, no?
Go through it, Igor. Thank you very much. Very good presentation. I have again a number of questions, but we will have Hamad joining us, and then hopefully we will have some time for questions. But thank you. Very good information you provided, and particularly, I'm not familiar with much of the things that you were talking about. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
So now we have Hamad Alaftan as from in Investors Relations section. Hamad, welcome. You're there. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, done.
You are unmuted already. Very good having you here, Hamad. Just real briefly, you're a business graduate with over 15 years of experience in innovation and entrepreneurship. Hamad currently serves as acting innovation manager at the Sabah Al Ahmad Center for Giftedness and Creativity in Kuwait, where he fosters a culture of innovation and supports creative initiatives. Hamad also leads business development and commercializing efforts, and previously partnered with Smart Sustainable Solutions to drive entrepreneurial and sustainable projects. It's so exciting to have you here. Sustainability is my research area, so I'm so excited to hear all about what you will have to present today, Hamad. Floor is yours. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Professor Naz, and I feel just a little bit unlucky to present my paper after Igor and Mr. Emre, which is make it more difficult and put a lot of weight on my shoulder. But I hope so I can present something simple, easy, and light on you, and I hope so I can share some thoughtful that we have here. So first of all, I am not acting anymore. I am now the manager of the scientific innovation in SAC-GC. So regarding the topic, I just would like to share some of how SAC-GC can see how we can empower the innovator and how we can build Kuwait innovation from the idea to the market. So first of all, I would like to present that SAC-GC is a full subsidiary for KFAS, Kuwait Foundation for the Advancement of Science, which is a huge, big NGO in Kuwait, specialized to support and grant scientific culture in Kuwait. So how SAC-GC can empower innovator? We are empowering innovator through the IB and the patent and innovation program and training, and of course with the international exposure and also community and ecosystem. So our broad target is to enhance the ecosystem in Kuwait, but what we make us different, how we set the goals to receive this goal is how we can enhance the Kuwaiti ecosystem and innovation in Kuwait. So first of all, I will start from our vision with it recently embedded. That first of all, we are only focusing in scientific innovation. So when we are now, as you may know, innovation is a big word and big responsibility. So we specialize mainly on the scientific part of innovation, and also it must be strategically aligned with the national priority and all our mother company KFAS priority. Also, Professor, I just add this one for you. Sustainability is one of the main cornerstone that we will rely on. Also, just for the impact, we like to have a lasting impact. That what make us to working in to establish a long-term tracking impact for our alumni and our inventors, so we would like to measure the impact. So the impact is not more like how many patents that we have. We would like to measure our KPIs in what's the impact that you made. Regional leadership. So just to set our benchmark, we would like to position SAGGC as a regional role model for innovation in the region. So starting from Kuwait, expanding to GCC and all the MENA regions. So what is our compass? Of course, our compass is the GI and the all international indices that work with us. We would like to align with it. Also to be aligned with the new Kuwait 2035 vision and mostly is KFAS strategic plan. So we would like to we like to separate our goals and plans into 3 layers. First one, we call it ideation, or just today I am calling it how to ignite. So how we can enhance the ecosystem in this level. We would like to focus on innovation events and public engagement. Last year, we held more than 30 plus events in this regard. Mentorship through our community. Also IB and legal guidance, also ideation program and scientific hackathon. For the last year, we have a medical ideation program. This year, we had an engineering ideation program which held with the cooperation with IE University in Madrid. So we start with the 75 candidates. It will shortlisted to 21. Before 2 weeks, we choose the winners, 3 winners. They will go to Madrid next month to showcase their projects, so give them international exposure. Also to hosting top level speakers. After 10 days, we are hosting the winner of CES event, the winner of Innovation Award of CES event last year. Also continuing outreach to expand innovator network. What is the expected outcome? What we are looking for? We are looking for higher exposure of SAGGC mission. We're looking for a larger innovator base for progression to innovate, which is next stage. Also, we like to have a living innovation committee built on continuity, network, growth, what may give us a successful stories to create a momentum, help us to enhance our ecosystem. So second level will be acceleration, what we are calling today, how to elevate, how we can reach in this stage. We are working in technical and engineer support. So we have a platform we can, any Kuwaiti national can access it and can have appointment to have the proper support and proper mentorship regarding 3D, CNC, mentorship and everything for in the technical field. Also, we have to have, also this year we start our structured mentorship tracks, which is mostly provided with our programs alumni, since now we have a big base of alumni that we can stand on. So now we are using them to help the another generation by mentorship. Also, we have big effort for proof of concept validation pipeline, which is support the first stage regarding the IP and the patent. So in this stage, we help them in to prove the concept. Also, we have some programs, technical training this year. We sent 10 Kuwaitis to Taiwan to have just a big training course on the semiconductor, just apart to be aligned with the global effort. what is my expected outcome from this? Of course, I need more ideas reaching tangible, testable form. Also, we need to have inventors equipped with the technical readiness, also to have stronger internal ecosystem and progression to commerce. Now that will bring us to the third stage. Now we are talking about what is it, market access, what we will call it today, how to launch. So we are working to support people in this by give them support them with the needed related skills and knowledge in this stage. We would like to help them in this stage to minimize their risk and to increase the chance of their succeed. So we don't want to let them launch alone, so we will help them by safety nets. So now we have go-to-market training and resources. We have demo days and industrial matchmaking. So at the middle of next December, we will have big impact and demo day in Kuwait. We would like to make industrial matchmaking for our alumni and for all the winners for our program at the end of the year. Legal support and feasibility study. This it's a big non-financial services that we provide for all our alumni. Also, a global exposure, global innovation events. That's part of our work to empower them. So we're talking about, for example, GITEX at the regional level, GITEX, Web Summit, LEAP, and in the international level that we have CS and Geneva Fair. What is our expected outcome here? We're looking to have locally successful stories for Kuwait innovation. We'd like to create a successful story that can be a role model for the market, a greater success rate in commercializing high potential. We all know that commercializing rate is very low in all, globally. We'd like to work to enhance it and also to enhance international presence for Kuwait innovator through our participation in the international event. So thank you everyone, and thank you. And I will not forget to thank Dr. Hanadi Limbarki to give us this opportunity every year to be network with this kind of brightful mind. And I hope that I did represent a nice paper. I think now I just reached 10 minutes. I will donate my 5 minutes to Emily and Spirin eventually. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your presentation was definitely very sustainable. You went through everything so clearly and effectively, very efficient presenter you are. Thank you so much. And it's obvious that you're doing amazing things, and particularly trying to engage students and taking them on board, informing them. That is so critical because they are the future of us. And it's very, very critical. So we will have a couple of questions, hopefully, but I'd like to start with you. I know you waited a little bit to present your presentation, but before I forget, I have one quick question. Speaking of students, what do you see them? Are they excited about learning about innovations? What do you see happening?
So in our SAC KGC, we have two kinds. So as you can see, it's Sabah Al-Ahmed Center for Giftedness and Creativity. So I am managing the creativity part. The other part is giftedness. So because we know that giftedness regarding this young is very big important, so we create two important departments to serve them. One of them is giftedness, so that we are working on them from early stage and we set up an international what they like now, and what we are focusing now on the Olympics. Now we are launching the physics, chemistry, math Olympics, and we would like to reach the international bar. And for the other part, we have a designated department. It's called capacity building, that is target kids from 7 till 18 years old to empower them with all related knowledge. And as you may know, that AI is one of the most important topics, and next week we will have for them sustainability for kids. So
Very
that's
good.
what we
Yes.
like.
Thank you. Thank you. I see in the chat.
Yes, please. I have a chat question is related to contact, if there is the possibility to contact Mr. Hamid. As I have a product, I need to spill to the market for the oil spill treatment and recovery.
So do you need, I can provide you my email now for any?
Yes, please. If there is any contact for you from your side, I appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you very much. I don't have your name, but thank you. That's
my name is Ahlam Sulami. I was a keynote before your session started. I following you and you're doing amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a very good point.
Professor Nad, hello, how are you? Sorry, when you asked about me earlier of your track, I've been with the media in the TV live, and the other media person wants some speech about our event. And just in case, I need to make a comment about Hamid statement. You asked him about the student. I need to draw your attention. I'm one from the students from education system. When we're studying in high school, we've been doing also some marathon about R&D, some research, and we're reaching a high level. We coming in competitions for the Ministry of Education. Then this competitions, it's happening since before, let's say 14 years. Then our education system is very innovative, and we need now to lead the student for inventions. Is not only competing and getting medal, competing and getting medal. We're getting plenty of medal and certificate. Now we need to engage the student about the inventions, and it's highly contributed positively in economic growth and economic diversification. And it's the conference, it's about economic diversification based on innovation ecosystem, entrepreneurial ecosystem, and AI ecosystem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Hanadi. Another year we are here, but thank you for having me here. I saw that David, Dr. Maddie is here. It seems to me that every year we are seeing each other here at this conference, thanks to Dr. Hanadi putting this together. I'd like to mention one thing. If Emre and Igor, if you could also provide your email addresses in the chat, if anyone would like to reach out to you regarding your talk, maybe they may have some questions, because we kind of run out of time right now. I think we will join the next session, but they will reach out to you. For example, I would love to have your slides, the information that you had on your slides, if you don't mind. And I would love to be in touch with you both, all three of you. I already have Hamad's contact information. Thank you, all of you, and thank you for having me, Dr. Hanadi. I hope.
I need to draw your attention, Professor Nad. We have Hoover platform, and Hoover platform, it is an AI platform, can connect all the speakers, all the attendees together by just you drop some message, instant message, and your photo and your information, agenda, PowerPoint, all is there in the platform. Okay. Then get the benefit of this platform is very expensive. I buy it every year.
I will definitely utilize it. I need to become more technologically advanced, because I'm attending this conference every year. I need to be more knowledgeable.
We have to use it more to minimize the cost of the technology.
Thank you again for all the speakers, and thank you for having me. We'll join the next session right now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Igor. Thank you.